We've been lied to. GDP, democracy, technology, none of these truly tell us whether a society is moving forward or sliding backward. There is only one reliable indicator. Is the middle class growing in numbers, in security, and in hope? If yes, civilization advances. If no, we are just rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic. Let me explain. For most of human history, societies looked like pyramids. At the bottom, the many, at the top, the few, and almost nothing in between. When the people at the bottom rose up, they just put a new boss on top. Same structure, new face. Ancient Egypt, feudal Europe, imperial China. The cycle repeated for thousands of years. Tyranny, rebellion, new tyranny. Then something changed. It didn't start with a revolution. It started with an idea. Power must be caged. Not destroyed, not worshipped, caged. This idea grew out of the Reformation, especially from thinkers like John Calvin. He didn't believe rulers were gods. He believed they were flawed humans, just like everyone else. So power couldn't be trusted. It needed limits. Over time, this led to systems where leaders were chosen not by birth, but by consent, where laws applied to kings and commoners alike. At the same time, a new economic ethic emerged. Hard work, honesty, and responsibility weren't just moral choices. They became paths to dignity. People began building businesses, not just serving lords. Wealth was created, not just taken. And slowly, a new layer formed in society, the middle class. Aristotle saw this 2,300 years ago. He wrote, "The best political system is one dominated by middle class." Why? Because they have skin in the game. They own homes, they run shops, they educate their children. They don't want chaos, they want stability. Modern data prove him right. Countries with strong middle classes have higher trust, lower crime, and more innovation. Not because their people are better, but because their system protects opportunity. But here is a warning. Not all capitalism builds the middle class. Productive capitalism, building factories, software, schools, spreads prosperity. Lobbying for favors, monopolizing markets, financial speculation, concentrates wealth at the top. As the economist Friedrich Hayek warned, freedom without rules doesn't create equality, it creates new forms of domination. So the goal isn't free markets as a slogan, it's institutions that let ordinary people rise through merit, not connections. That's why the health of the middle class is a true measure of progress. When it grows, society becomes more peaceful, more creative, more free. When it shrinks, polarization rises, extremes take over, the pyramid returns. Look at history. In 19th century Britain, expanding property rights and education grew the middle class and stabilized democracy. In 20th century Latin America, elite-controlled economies kept the pyramid intact, leading to endless coups and unrest. The pattern is clear, so forget utopias, forget grand ideologies. Ask one simple question: is the middle class getting stronger or weaker? If stronger, we're on the right path. If weaker, no amount tech or GDP can hide the decay. The shape of civilization isn't about who's on top, it's about how thick the middle is. And that thickness, that's built not by slogans, but by systems that protect freedom, reward work, and limit power. That's the legacy of the last 300 years, and that's the only standard that matters. Now, if you found this perspective useful, hit subscribe. Next week, I'll explore how ordinary people can help rebuild the middle class, even in uncertain times. Goodbye!